Welcome back, guys, into another Boom Beach Ideas video. And first off, let's start with the Hero Hut upgrades, because I don't know. Hero Hut upgrades. Yeah, that's a good picture of it. It's too wide. It's too tall. The more you upgrade it, the more damage it does after level 2. And how this works, it's not really that complicated. Actually, I think Clash of Clans already took this idea, but no, face cam for this part. So basically, there's level 1. Right? It doesn't look like this. Actually, hold on. Let me show you. Okay. So it does not look like that. I think it's at this point. Yeah, this is what it looks like for 1. And yeah, it places your hero units. Yeah, upgrading this allows you to use it. And at level 1, you can't even use it at all. Actually, when you upgrade it, you get Sergeant Brick. So, as I'm saying, the more you... Like, so level 1, you can, this is level 2. So, a level after this level, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so at level 2, it'll actually show it, like, the other defenses, like the word, is the box, and then so it's level. But after level 2, when it shows here, it'll show level 1 too. After that, level 2, it'll place heroes around it, and it's kind of like Clash of Clans, where like you can put different heroes there. So, yeah. And you can't use Dr. Gavan to heal. You can use Dr. Gavan, but instead of healing the troops that are attacking your base, it'll heal your on your base stuff, or economy, defense, and supports. It'll heal those, including mostly the HQ. Because if there's a single damage on it, and Kavan is right here, and Raider launcher is about to get destroyed. Radar, everything is about to get destroyed except the HQ. Dr. Kavan is just going to heal the HQ. But also, other heroes, because healing defenses, supports, and economy stuff isn't just what he heals. He also heals heroes that are also defending the base. So like Sergeant Brick, Private Bullet, and Captain Everspark. So, yeah, when I said about that, I don't know what I was saying for that, but, like, yeah. They'll also use their abilities as defending, too, but as defending, they'll use it when they're about to die, which they still will. It's not like those abilities does not heal them. But, like, after they had that ability 3 times, they can't use it anymore. So, yeah. So, if a hero dies, or a troop dies, which, actually, in another video, on another channel, on a playlist called Boom Beach Ideas, I actually made an idea where there would be something. I think I was picturing a gold plate in the middle or somewhere right there if you didn't have your boats up yet. But that'll make the troops attack. If they attack your base. So, also, the universal remote will remote hack the troops, and Knock will shock the troops, and the healing abilities will heal the heroes, and explosive charges may hit defenses. Iron Will get the heroes, and also Second Wind doesn't. If the troop feature hasn't been added yet, it'll just get heroes back, and probably one per ability. So like 1 second. So yeah. And by the way, let's take this battle for example. Okay, so as I'm saying about the hero, I made an idea about a gold plate that'll make the troops attack, and another idea of that you can turn it on and off for that. If you're watching this and you don't remember that, so yeah, it'll turn on and off and on and off and on and off, and that'll be only if someone attacks your base. And I don't know what the range is going to be either, so yeah, it could be a lot range. Talking about Hero Hut, it's also make other features. Actually, no, I think that's enough. So yeah, no. Okay, so as I'm saying, yeah, it's kind of like Clash of Clans. Okay, did the crane, oh yeah, crane. Yeah, we did. Oh my gosh, made another video. Okay, so the lawnmower user is basically a troop that has a lawnmower. The lawnmower is kind of protecting it. Okay, so the lawnmower user has 500 HP, the user itself. But we're mostly focusing on the lawnmower that has 1000 HP. And has 610 damage per second. But also, about this per second attacks, like this guy, the lawnmower user, the lawnmower shreds through grass. And so is my other ones that like stick on certain buildings, like the jackhammer user. I'm not sure if I did that guy yet. But that jackhammer user like is one of those troops who a second like doesn't do a damage per it does do damage per second, but during the second it does damage before the second. So I don't know how to explain it other than that. So in grassy areas it'll pull out grass. And also in operations. So 610 damage per second. And yeah, the speed is fast. The unit size is 16. And actually 12. Okay, so each spark is 6 damage, but each grass piece, which is the one that they're shredding off, is 1 extra damage. Because I feel like that would be too overpowered. And in operations it might be 7. But the more they upgrade it, the more extra damage it does for the jet damage as well. And also the actual damage, the actual use for it. So yeah, it has 900 death damage. And yeah. Actually, let's do the sounds. Yeah. Also about the grass, what makes it even bigger an explosion is, while sparks are what happens before the actual explosion happens, but also the grass will come out of the defense. And if it hits a troop, it'll take 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage, and so on and so on and so on. Maybe an engraver will help this. And yes, this is a troop. But the next one is a pro troop. You guessed it, a crane. Yeah, a crane. Yes, I used a photo reference for this. Yeah, a person is controlling this, which we'll actually get through it later. And yeah, it's a bunch of wheels. Okay, so it has 35,561 HP. Actually, hold up, let's get through this. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, that was moving forwards and moving backwards. And explosion controller thrower. Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, that was a bit of a spoiler though. So it has 16 unit size, which is probably the most unit size in a troop, other than 14. Yeah. This needs to be bigger. As the unit says. The speed is slow and it has 5,000 death damage. So yeah, it does 600 damage per second. And how the crane works is also kind of slow, kind of like a tank, but less, like, not less damage, but a tank, but it goes slower per attack. If it just goes into its normal position and just attacks again. So it does 600 damage per second, and it's not per second, it's every time it hits. So basically how this works is, I don't know why there was a circle there in the first place, but basically how this works is the hooks on to something, and then it rips it. Not really fast, but that's what caused 600 damage. But if it's like 600 health, or it's upgraded, remember that I do these things at level 1, so this thing at level 1, why not? Yeah, so crane machine hooks for the final attack and throws it. Yeah, so basically it's like, it has 0 damage, it has 0 HP the last hit that destroy. But then it picks it up, and then it throws it at the closest thing to the HQ that it can hit, or maybe the HQ itself. And it does like 20 HP. Every 2,000 more HP is equivalent to 5 more HP. I mean, 5 more damage. And anything less than 2,000 HP is going to be less. So, yeah, remember about the controller thrower? This is the controller thrower. Yeah, the controller. Yeah, that was 2 explosions, by the way. No. Okay, so let's... I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so the controller thrower is basically the troop inside the machine. And, yeah, I don't have that much damage. But the crane exploded. That's what the death damage is. It's 5,000 death damage. But basically, the person inside the crane will jump out when it explodes, and it'll have the controller. So basically, like a different animation instead of just jumping out. Oh, get the gun. Oh, get the controller. Also, this guy was mistaken. This guy was mistaken for a grenadier. So yeah, this controller thrower is mistaken for a grenadier. We know that because of its clothes, a green shirt, blue pants, and he doesn't have that on him yet. Yeah, he does. Okay, so yeah, basically he has 500 HP. Actually, we can see it here. It says 500 HP pointing at him. Yeah, he has 500 HP, and he's still slow. He's moderate, actually. So the controller thrower does 20 damage. Not per throw, but like the 20 damage. But that's when it hits the defense. It does have splash damage too. But if it hits the defense, a direct hit, like let's say this is the defense. If it hits somewhere in it. No. Hold on. Yeah, it's my cat. So if it hits somewhere in the circle, then it'll do 20 damage. But also, it does explosion too, because of the crane explosion. So, yeah, 106 damage explosion. It's basically like the direct hit. Also, the explosion, which is the splash damage, does that. So it's basically kind of a delay. So, yeah, if the defenses or the troops, the heroes, hits the window first and then destroy the guy before actually destroying the crane, it'll still destroy the crane, but the crane will stay there. So this guy's not there because he's, well, there was actually 2 sticks, but I only could fit 1, so yeah. So if this guy dies, then the hook will hook on to like a defense that is on it, if there is, or like something right here, because the hook will just like extend outwards to get it. And then if it has wheels, then it'll just hook on and then extend out and melee down on its full belly. And yeah, maybe just do more damage than 600. It'll do like 800. And then when the actual crane destroyed it, it'll do 5,000 death damage without the controller thrower. But instead of the controller thrower, just a controller is just gonna get out and then just shoot at the nearest defense to just hit it. It still has that 106 damage. Yeah, that is all I could think today. And the hero upgrades, actually, hold on. Let me get backstories about the troop. Hold on. Okay. Crane backstory. Actually, it's probably, I don't know for the crane, but I know for the controller thrower. So the backstory for the crane is, deep in the Dark Valley woods, 500 years ago, there was this one house. The house was very old, and there was this one person still living inside it. Not still, but he was living inside it. So, he like wondered what was happening. there was a crane removal happening, and he like got in it. But he was soon mistaken for a grenadier, but also he was controlling the crane, but that was his only job. So, but anyway, he was also mistaken for a tank boy, as in like the tank controller, but a boy version, but also a grenadier at some times when it finally escaped. But also sometimes he would remove the controller when the crane crashed down for some reason. And yeah, ever since then he worked as a employee for removing the fences. Okay, yeah, that was a good one. Lawnmower. This guy loved cutting grass. And when I say he loves cutting grass, he would do it every day, even if there was a tornado outside, even if it would cost his life. So, ever since then, there was a task force operation for him to cut every single grass in war. By the way, this is a troop, not a pro troop. The crane is a pro troop. I'm just sure. Okay. So, the lawnmower user is like so addicted to cutting grass to the point where he would get to the military to literally just cut grass, and he would say he wouldn't have to pay us anything. They wouldn't have to pay them. They would pay us. It would give you gold. That's sometimes. But also, he was so addicted. But since he signed up to the military, he wanted some extra. No, not something extra. Hold on. Okay. The task force operation thought he was so good at cutting grass that he should be a troop for war, for bases. So they signed up as a soldier, but instead of cutting the fences, he cut grass next to the fences. And since then, he'd been known as the greatest grass cutter soldier of all time. Nothing could compete with him. Oh yeah, hold on. We did the crane, but what about the controller thrower? Gonna do the exact same thing. The controller thrower was found on the side of a house, abandoned 500 years ago, but he cleaned it out and fixed it. Later then, he was mistaken for the tank boy and the grenadier, and soon he actually got the hang of it. So, ever since then, he was controlling it as a grenadier, but also a tank boy, because, well, the tank girl was controlling the tank and the scorchers and the mech. So, he kept them busy, and he did the crane to not make them busy. And plus, he was also known as a grenadier because of his green shirt and his blue pants, but also because, I don't know why I said that, but also because of his controller. The controller thrower plugs out the controller as soon as he gets out of the crane to just throw and be prepared for war. To just knock him. He has better aim than a grenadier. Plus, he has been mistaken from the actual soldiers, being mistaken many times as a grenadier, and that's just why he is still at war, even though he doesn't like it. The controller thrower has great flexibility, getting out the crane when the crane is dead with the 5,000 death damage. And also, he is very great at controlling it, that he is the controller, which got him the attention of the tank boy. But also, another thing about this absolute soldier better than a grenadier is he not just better aim, but better damage. Not the direct hit, but the explosion sometimes. By the way, about jumping out of the crane, he is so good about that when he does caught the explosion, it is just by 1 inch, and nothing farther, maybe even closer, of the fire if he ever gets caught. So, it still makes it pretty slow, but without him controlling the crane would crash down, so the damage does. Okay, so how's that, people? And yeah, comment down below what Boom Beach ideas should I do next. Should I do a machine? Should I do something that I should have? Like, comment down below. Even if you think I still have done it, check it and comment it down anyway, because I think I still have done stuff, and maybe in the future I might do it anyways. Let's go! Yes, I got crane from a photo reference, lawnmower photo reference, which I didn't use a photo reference. If we're talking about copy pasting it and then just trying to write over it. I did that with the crane, but not the lawnmower. I remembered it. Hero Hut, I actually took a picture from Boom Beach. Let's go! I will upload this to YouTube! YouTube!